Alright, hey, what's up, guys? GKOS here, and we're back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about this. Today we're gonna be talking about the Sonic 3 trailer. And I, of course, like many people, saw the trailer, and I was very amazed with the things that were in it. So today's video we're gonna be talking about the trailer, give it a quick breakdown of what we saw in the trailer and what to expect, and why I expect is going to happen in the movie. So without further ado, let's dive right into it.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
Alright, so first things off, we start off the scene with the gang, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. All looks like they're having fun. It looks like they're all having a good time. It looks like Knuckles, it starts off at Big Ben. So at some point, it looks like the movie's gonna take place in London and like various other places. I think there was a certain scene where there was Japan, but we'll see. We'll see what the rest of the trailer has to offer. But yeah, and it looks like we do have. It looks like the main human. I forgot his name. I think his name is Wade. I could be wrong, but we have the main character, or not main character, but the main human. You know, like the father figure to Sonic having a one-on-one talk with Sonic, and that's not all too surprising. You know, I've always thought that he was kind of like Sonic's like father figure in a way, because Sonic, despite the fact that yeah, in the games he's like a full-grown like he's a like a adult hedgehog. He's still like fairly young. But anyways, yeah, we open up the scene with that, with the gang having fun, and now let's see what else this trailer has to offer.
There's been a high-level security breach. And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered.
Okay, so next up on the trailer, we start things off with Shao escaping from Prison Island. Now, from Sonic Adventure 2, the game, Eggman is the one actually who helps Shao escape from I think he did help escape from Prison Island, so that does changes things. But again, things don't have to be like word for word or like bar for bar, but like from like the games per se. I don't mind them changing things, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure it's not. Just make sure it's like as close to the original as possible, and you're respecting the original source material, right? I think that's what just matters at the end of the day. But yeah, Shao escapes from his island. He looks sick. I love the design on him that they have going on. And yeah, can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see him. We might see it in action in this trailer. I don't know. Hopefully, we will. But anyways, without further ado, let's continue it.
Shadow's story began a lot like your Sonic, but where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
All right, we got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with the giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
No, no! My turn. Can we just talk about this?
Alright, so looks like that was actually a nice way to cut to the gang, like just straight up like fighting Shao. Like they're just duking it out with him, and they're just going to town. Well, Shao's going to town on them, and it's just like it seems like light work for Shao, right? It's like, it looks like he has the rings on his wrist. I don't know. I'll probably give him more depth like analysis once I pause at certain frames, but it does seem like Shao does have like the rings on his wrist, and so what he's doing, and so yeah, he's able to teleport. We'll see if he has a Chaos Emerald at that moment or not. But he's able to handle Knuckles, Tails. I mean Tails, he just did Tails 30, man. I mean he just freaking kick him like with no guard. It was like nothing personal, kid. And then he just freaking kick him and just choke slam Sonic into the earth. So yeah, that's a nice little fight scene that we got going on there with Shao. But anyways, yeah, let's continue with the trailer.
He's too powerful. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Doctor! We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
On one condition.
Do this!
If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it! I need room. But sir, I don't have the proper materials.
Found some.
Okay, now that one. Okay, now that one was a bit longer. Of like the trailer going on because I just wanted to show more of the trailer. And I honestly, I love the way they got perfect with his running style. They got perfect. The one we just going side to side, kind of like he's skating. It's so cool, and I really love it. All right, I can't wait to see more of what they're gonna do with him. And the fact that Gun is involved, I'm glad to see that that's a thing. And it looks like they are going to go more in depth, into Shao's backstory. I mean, we do see Maria, in the trailer. Can't wait to see how they do Maria's backstory. I mean, I think people are going to get traumatized in theaters. I do believe that. Now, will they actually kill her with the gun on the big screen? That's the question. Because it looks like from the shot that we were given, it's just a big explosion. You see Gerald Robotnik, of course, and Shao standing in the middle of the explosion, and you see that they are you see that they're like it looks like they're mourning like Maria's death in that scene, and all the gun soldiers are pointing at them. So it looks like something went down at the factory. So yeah, I can't wait to see what more that we're gonna see from that. Anyways, without further ado, let's continue. This is gonna be like a extended run of the trailer as well. But yeah. Hey, listen, that's fine. Can't wait to see what else this trailer is gonna show us. All right, let's continue.
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
Hey, no cheat code! What did you do?
What I had to. Welcome home, my boy. It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
Are you? In the saggy flesh.
All right, now that was a lot that we saw there. Yeah, Sonic, or not Sonic, excuse me, but Shao with the motorcycle. Yeah, I'm so hyped for that. I can't wait to see how that's gonna look on the big screen. That looks very interesting to me. I'm excited. Can't wait to see how Shao looks with that motorcycle. He looks sick, man. So yeah, the Akira reference with with Shao on the motorcycle, the final clash, and the big surprise at the end, Gerald Robotnik is alive. And so I believe that's I don't know what the context is. I have a couple of theories actually in my head right now that I believe could be reasons as to why we see Gerald. But speaking of theories, let's dive right into the next part of the video, which is I believe the theories that I have for the Sonic movie and what I believe is going to happen. So, to start things off, I believe that there's a couple of screenshots that we have, right? One of the screenshots that we have is Chow, and well, not screenshots, but it's like you pause it at the right frame, and we have the Chow Garn. Now it looks like Chow Garn. I'm sure about show it right about now. Yeah, there you go. We see like Chow Garn, and it looks like Chow Garn. It looks like take place in somewhere in Japan. It seems like. Um, based off like the background and based off like kind of like the city, like based off like how the city looks. It looks like it might take place somewhere in Japan. I don't know, could be wrong, but we have seen in the beginning of the trailer where Knuckles is jumping off of like the Big Ben, tower. Yeah, the Big Ben clock tower from in London, and so that's a that's probably a good indicator that yeah we're gonna be in multiple different locations like around the world on this one in this Sonic movie. So can't wait to see that. But yeah, we got Chow Garn, which could be a cameo, or not could be. It probably is a cameo, right? Um, I do like the fact that there aren't that many humans. It's just there are humans being involved in the movie. But what I mean by that is in Sonic 2, in the Sonic 2 trailer, right? It didn't look like there was gonna be that many. Like we did the whole Wayne scene with freaking Maddie's, I think sister, or I think it was sister, right? Or yeah, I think it was sister or cousin. I don't know. Either way, that whole thing, nobody. I don't think anybody like that was like something that I don't think like people were asking for, or like that people wanted, or didn't really talk about much because it was such an unnecessary thing to put in there in the movie. I mean, like the whole Wayne thing. I mean, I didn't like wasn't that too fond over it. I just didn't think that it should have been like a part of the movie. But so that's just something they wanted to add, for I guess the human side of things. But it seems like there's not that much human involvement in this movie. Like yeah, Gun is involved, right, and that's to be expected. But I just hope like we won't get too much like human involvement. I hope it's just like it's just like the hedgehogs, right? It's just Sonic and his friends, you know, not too much human involvement. Just Sonic and his friends trying to stop, Shao or Eggman or whoever the enemy at the moment in the movie is going to be, whoever the main antagonist is going to be. I just hope that we get more of that, right? And so we do see in the trailer that I believe it was Tom. He's looks like he's infiltrated Gun. It looks like he's infiltrated Gun, and he put on like a uniform or something to infiltrate them to gather info. For what reason we do not know, but I am very interested to know what is going on there, right? And so yeah, like I said, the Akira reference with Shout the motorcycle, I thought that was pretty cool. It was really sick. I'm sure I'll show it up to you right now. Yeah, it is like a really good design, or not design, I should say, but a really good cut, right? And I really appreciate that they put that in there because it looks like it's like these people know Sonic fans, or these are probably people who like Sonic, and I'm glad that we got people who do know Sonic that are on the board or in the right room, and they know what they're doing in there. I do appreciate that. Um, let's see, what else do we want to talk about? I believe next up is the General Robotnik thing. Now, my theory or 2 cents is that I believe that it's probably like a time travel thing because in the trailer there is a vortex. I probably didn't talk about it during the edit, but there is a vortex that where Shao punch. It looks like it's like edited, right? But Shao punches, and then all of a sudden there's like a big vortex, and you can see in that same scene that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are chained up to a pole, and so there's this big black vortex. Now, could that now there's theories going around that that's probably his chaos control. Shao's using chaos control, but who knows what that black vortex could entail? Could be like a time wormhole loop. I don't know. I'm just saying that Joe Robotnik could be something out of like it could be like a time thing where because the Sonic franchise has like dabbled in time travel before, but not that many things go well with time travel, and so yeah, it could be like a time travel thing, but who knows if it's real or not. Yeah, I can't wait to can't wait to find out more about it. Now, I gotta say, one of the things I am happy to see is Jim Carrey coming back as Dr. Robotnik. After the reports of him saying that he was like done with that he would be done after Sonic 2, it was kind of like a little sad, but or not sad per se. It was just like yeah, I was like yeah, really wish he could stay, but that's Jim. Listen, he said he wants to take a step away or that he's done or he was retired. That's no good for him. That guy, he has been through like a lot of movies. He's been through a lot, right? And so, but he's come back, and so that raises the question: why is he back? I don't know exactly per se why he's exactly back, but I have seen rumors, or not rumors. I have seen like a couple comments of people saying that the reason why he's come back is because there was actually a report that based on the script of Sonic 3, if it was good enough by his stand or to him, like to Jim Carrey, right? If the script was good enough or like really good to Jim Carrey, he would be willing to come back and actually play Dr. Robotnik. And so it seems like he took a look at the script, saw it, read it, and was like, "Okay, I'm coming back." So the script, according to Jim Carrey, and his his preference, it seems like the script was good enough that he's willing to come back as Eggman, and I do like that. Now, does that mean that like the movie's gonna be freaking amazing? Who's to say? I'm not saying like Jim Carrey doesn't know like what a good movie is or anything like that, but there are like actors out there, right? Who they think they know how to like know what good movie is or like how to make a good movie, but in reality they don't. They actually don't, right? So just to keep that in mind. But I do believe. But I think just like me and majority of other people who are really invested in this movie and excited for this movie, I think we are going to get like a good movie from Sonic 3. I think Sonic 3 is probably going to be, in my prediction, the best out of the three. I think Sonic 3 is going to be the best out of the three, right? I just think that's going to happen. Now I do now there is like a hint of Live and Learn. It's not exactly the song, because like you could barely hear it, right? But in the background of I would say the last third of the trailer, you hear like the Live and Learn, like kind of like a different version of it. I think it's like the epic musical version of it of Live and Learn, but it's kind of like you could barely hear that, and I'm just glad they added that touch in there. Now I will say one last thing, right? We all know about, like I said, we already talked about the Child Garden, but the one thing that people have not been talking about as of like recording. The one thing that people have not been talking about is, and I will show it to you in three, two, one. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting the Death Egg. The Death Egg is an actual thing. Like we are getting it. And now that was a thing in Sonic Adventure 2, the Death Egg, right? And so I'm surprised that nobody was talking. Like again, this is like a frame by frame thing, so you have to have like good like either reaction time or good like eyesight to notice something like that. But it was just very. I was just very surprised to see that like the Death Egg is in this movie. Out. The Death Egg is in this movie, and we're gonna and we're gonna see it. I hope it really does. It looks. I mean, it's only like a little sneak peek. They didn't show too much of it, but you see the outline of it. You see Tails jumping from it, and you also see that in the background of that footage of that screenshot right there of the Death Egg, there's something red in the background. That looks like Knuckles, who's probably at the door of the Death Egg. That's probably Knuckles at the door of the Death Egg, probably about to enter or them trying to leave. But yeah, it looks like Tails with his serious look on his face. It looks like he's about to go do something as he's leaving the Death Egg. So can't wait to see what that's about. That's gonna be very interesting. Um, and let's see. And what else? And seeing what else is there? We talk about the lack of humans, or we hope that there's not too many like human involvement. I mean, of course, Robotnik and like Gun, like the government, called Gun. Yeah, sure. That's only like the major human involvement that deserves like that many screen times. But other than that, it's like okay, uh, just hope there's not like too many like we won't have to like not like a whole Wayne scene thing, right? We're not like a nerd Wayne. I would like that would be like pretty good, please. But other than that, yeah, I think that just about covers almost everything. The death we're getting the Death Egg. Chow Garden is a cameo. Oh yeah, one last thing, right? Keanu Reeves as the voice of Shao. I think in my opinion, a couple of people probably not don't like the voice at first, but I'm sure they'll get used to it. I'm sure they'll get used to it. And but I think Keanu Reeves as the voice for Shao, I think is pretty. I think that's good. I think that's a good choice for Shao. And I also I also believe that Eggman some people were questioning like why would Sonic help or seek help from Eggman, or like Eggman is like really helping Sonic. And it's like it's not like a uncommon thing, right? It has happened before in the Sonic franchise where Eggman and Sonic did have to like work together, band together for like a one moment where it's like the threat was bigger than both of them. That has happened before. But here's my theory. I believe because in the trailer, Eggman has Sonic one of Sonic's quills, and so I believe that was like a bargain exchange where actually here's this is two theories wrapped into one. Eggman gained the quill from Sonic, right? I believe that that's I believe what Eggman's like, yeah, sure, I'll help you. Yeah, sure. But behind their Sonic's back and maybe and but yeah, behind Sonic's back, he's gonna use Sonic's quill to make and get ready for this. I think he's gonna make no Sonic. I think we're gonna get like either a teaser or maybe like a full blown like movies like a scene and the movie where Eggman is in the middle of constructing Mel Sonic, or that he's going to, or we're just gonna get like a good like a pan up camera angle with the blueprints of Mel Sonic, being shown to us right there, and yeah, that's why I believe Eggman, Eggman agreeing to help Sonic in exchange for the quills will lead to like the creation of Mel Sonic. Because I'm sure during the fight with Shao, Eggman will have collected Data on both Sonic and Shao, and so that's a perfect way of replicating that data into Metal Sonic, and so that's why I believe will happen. Um, and so I would also like to say to keep in mind that like in like these trailers, the dialogue were the dialogue in like these movie trailers they don't match each other like bar like word for word, especially the ones where it's like you hear like a lot of dialogue but it's not on screen. Like in the trailer you don't see the characters like talk, right? But you hear the dialogue. Those type of things, or those type of like dialogues and like these movie trailers are could be like out of context, like and so I believe like the line where Sonic is asking Eggman for help, it could be about Shao, but it could also be about a bigger threat. Maybe at that point in the movie, a bigger threat besides Shao. I mean, we'll find out and we'll see. But I think there might be a bigger threat besides Shao that might pop up in the movie, right? Because I do believe that might happen. In Sonic Adventure 2, there was the bigger threat at the end of like the game, which was just this final boss that was out of nowhere. I think it was the Bio Lizard, and so yeah, the Bio Lizard being like the final boss, and where Sonic and Shao basically team up to fight the Bio Lizard, and I'm pretty sure at the end of that game, yes, Shao sacrificed himself, I believe, but he still came back, which was weird. But anyways, forget about that. Um, yeah, I do believe somewhere near the end of the movie, maybe the last third of the movie, there's gonna be a bigger threat than Shao, and so that's probably gonna lead to maybe why Sonic is seeking Eggman for help, or maybe Eggman is the reason why the bigger threat is there, or Eggman is like the bigger threat at like the last third of the movie because he always is. Um, and so that will probably lead to like the potential team up with Sonic and Shao. And so I mean we'll see, we'll find out. But I just think that Sonic seeking help for Eggman, it could lead to either the creation of Metal Sonic, or it could also lead to like in the same movie a bigger threat that Eggman has created in secret while working with Sonic, right? And so yeah, I think that should just about cover everything. Now, one last thing I want to say is, did they show too much of the movie? Some could say they did, but it's like for me, it's not really a spoiler unless I know the context of it. If I know the context of the scene of what happened, sure, I could theorize like I've been doing the past like couple 5 minutes. I could theorize and think, um, like what's gonna happen in the movie, but it's like I won't really know for sure until I watch the movie, right? Like I said, it's not really a spoiler until I know the full context of the situation. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I think the trailer was amazing. Can't wait for it to come out in December. Everyone is really anticipated for this movie to come out, and I will be there at the movie theaters. Uh, Hopefully on opening day weekend when the movie comes out. Hopefully we get like a specific date on when that comes. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.